What's up to all the people? So this is a TV episode 9. Let me just clarify. Yep, TV episode 9. And on today's TV episode, it's titled The Heir's Ascension Saga. You feel me? So, what do I mean when I say saga? See, you know, with my career in this music shit, there's 4 sagas, or I'm gonna say sagas. I'm from Mississauga too, so let me say it like that. You feel me? I was born there. That's the city. So, saga, there's gonna be 4 of them. On some like Dragon Ball Z shit, on some Naruto shit. You feel me? On any type of superhero movie like Superman, Spider-Man, you know what I'm saying? And I'm Superman and Spider-Man at the same time, you feel me? They share the same colors, so I'm both of these guys, you know what I'm saying? The red and the blue. But look, 4 sagas. So the first saga in my career is, and it's out there. My first saga in my career is The Heir's Ascension. You feel me? The Heir's Ascension saga. So, like I said, there's going to be 4 of them. So, as you follow the journey, follow the journey with me, I'm going to gradually just show you guys project after project. And then, when those projects are compiled together, when I've done the work, then I'll let you know on the next one. So that when you listen to my music, you have that in mind of, okay, this is what Presley was on during this time. You feel me? So I'm controlling time on some Doctor Strange shit. You feel me? I'm controlling time. So it's the sagas. First saga we're going to talk about is the Heir's Ascension saga. I can't let you guys know about the future sagas. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a surprise. So just follow me on my journey. And you can even try, as fans, you guys can try to figure it out. You feel me? Go on the internet. You know, blow Presley up, Presley Prince. And let people, let's have a conversation, let's have a community of people on anything, on Twitter, Instagram, whatever. Have a community of people, and you know what I'm saying? We figure it out. Okay, this album dropped. Okay, this EP dropped within the same year. Where is he going with this? What's Presley's, what journey is Presley on right now? You feel me? Shouts out to Nipsey Hussle. It's a marathon. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say it's a journey and it's a marathon. You know what I'm saying? So look, that's just the path I'm on. So look, the saga, the Heir Ascension saga. So when I say the Heir Ascension saga, it's basically the compilation of these projects, okay, that I already dropped. So let me just list the projects first. You feel me? We got, in no particular order, I'm gonna try to remember all of them, okay? So I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna get it. So execute. That's 1. So execute. Delegate. Clarity. Heir apparent to the throne. Broken telephone. Made in Toronto intro. I don't want to forget anything. Triumph, clarity. Triumph over adversity. African bloodline and Caribbean descendants. Horizon depth. I believe that's when it ends. I believe that's when it ends. Hold on, let me just verify something. I want to make sure I didn't miss any of the other projects. If there's any, there's probably one I might be missing. But I think I got them all. Hold on, guys. One second. Let me just go into this shit. Make sure I got everything. Because I think I got everything. You feel me? Yep. I got everything. Hold on, let me scroll to my EPs. My EPs are also a part of the sagas. Okay, I'm looking. It looks like I got them all. Yep, I got them all. So let me just say it one more time for the people. We got execute, delegate, clarity, triumph over adversity, African bloodline, Caribbean descendants, Horizon Depth, which is the final album of the saga of the Heir's Ascension. Then EPs within it, we got, I love to do EPs. So we got Heir Apparent to the Throne. Okay? We got Broken Telephone, and we got Made in Toronto intro. You feel me? So on this TV episode 9, I'm gonna break it down. So these are the sagas of Presley Prince. You know what I'm saying? So what I want to do is like with the sagas, I want my music and my movement as a statement, as a foundation, as a statement, as an establishment of a solidification of during this time. This is the kind of impact I was thinking in my mind on some Tupac shit, because Tupac had a mentality of like, okay, I have the music and it has to match with, like, the music and my life have to match. It has to come together. It's got to be like, okay, Presley was going through this, making this album, and this album is a statement, and this album is a part of that saga, that whole storyline. You feel me? So, you know, I want it to be like, I want my music, so I want to combine the two. So I want my music to be something of like a survival guide. So when people like, look, you know, I remember I said in a video, the course of hip hop, I said in a video that, you know, hip hop is gonna take on another form. Like, it won't necessarily die, but before it could come back to the original essence of hip hop, it's gonna go through a trial period. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna go through a trial period. So I want people to see my music in each saga as a survival guide. When people go back to see my music, because like I was saying, it's like music may die. Like when they look back, because hip hop is becoming something where it's like, it's going in so many different directions. There's so many subgenres of hip hop now. You know what I'm saying? And it's very important for us to understand as a culture, like, nah, that's music. It's good music. But we can't call that hip hop. You know what I'm saying? We can't call it hip hop. So hip hop might go through something where it's like the great thinkers age. Like the 17th century where they bring up the greatest thinkers looking back. Like Socrates, Plato, Aristotle, these great thinkers. We don't look like today. We don't look today and say as much as it was before. We don't, because those guys were the establishment. So we don't look back and say like, you know, like, or now we don't look back and say, yo, this person in 2012 is a great thinker. You know what I'm saying? We look back because everything of today is of the past. They created that foundation to continue, and that's how hip hop should be. It has a foundation, so we can't call everything hip hop. It's good music, it's dope, but we can't say it's hip hop. As a hip hop culture, we got to make sure we're strong in this. You know what I'm saying? Because we're a new genre. It's not like other genres. When you listen to pop, it's pop. They know what's pop. When you listen to rock music, it's rock music. You know what's rock. It's only hip hop because hip hop has so many versions, so many genres inspired by it that it gets lost in the sauce. It just becomes too much. It becomes too much of a mix. You know what I'm saying? Because they're mixing up too many things that make it go far away from hip hop. So hip hop might die in like 300. Because if you take in what even like Child Gambino said when he made that track called 3005 because of the internet, from his album Because of the Internet. You know, back then he's probably saying like, you know, hip hop is gonna really go through a huge whole rendition, a whole change. So hip hop might die in 300 to like 500 years, and when the art form dies, it's gonna be like the great thinkers. They're gonna look back and be like, okay, hip hop died, but who were the great thinkers who were the best artists during that time? So it's not gonna matter how much money you made during that time. When they look back, how much money you made. That's not hip hop. Hip hop, of course, requires money, where it's like you have to provide for your family like any job, right? And rappers gotta understand that hip hop is a job. When you're actually in the industry, it's not time to chill and be smoking weed and drinking and partying. You're at work. People have to understand, in society, everything is work. Let's say the Garden of Eden. God kicked us out of the garden and said, we have to work. So nothing in life is free. It may seem like an easy shortcut, but it's going to require work. Probably a heavier load than other professions too. Like hip hop is a very difficult profession. Like it's very time consuming, and it's very, like you can imagine, like a lot of these artists in the industry, they have to create hits. If they don't create hits, they don't get paid. And then they get dropped from their label if they can't be consistent enough. You know what I'm saying? So hip hop might die in 300 years. So they're gonna look back and be like, who were the greatest during that time? So we can't say money. We can't say money was the reason why. Like today, we say money's the reason why they're the best rapper. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be about money. None of that shit. It's gonna be about meaning. It's gonna be about importance, and it's gonna be about significance. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna look back and be like, what was a classic album during this time, these 300 years? You know what I'm saying? They're gonna look at the actual content, the substance of the music, the meaning behind the music, the impact of the artist during that time and what he was dealing with while he's making these records. That's a story to tell. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm doing a saga to incorporate that impact. So when people look back, I'm a part of the conversation. Pressy Prince is a part of the conversation because I got the evidence, because I got the records. The records I do are truth. I'm a truth teller. I'm a truth seeker. You know what I'm saying? I'm a truth seeker. I look for the truth. I think about the truth. I try to figure out the truth. You know what I'm saying? That's what we need. We need honesty. We need the truth. Nowadays, people don't tell the truth. People lie and they do it for a bag. But when we look back, we're going to be like, yo, that nigga was a sucker. He wasn't a real one. You know what I'm saying? They'll look back at Tupac and be like, oh, those were the first things to do it. But look what Tupac did. His impact in the streets, and he's rapping these records while he's going through this impact in the streets, and he's putting it in the music. It becomes meaningful. That's what hip-hop is going to become. Like, I'm the teacher of hip-hop. I'm the professor in this shit. So it's like, it's meaningful. I'm the lecturer. In Africa, they might even call me the lecturer. That's another name for myself, the lecturer. I'm the professor. I do the teacher of hip-hop series. I break down hip-hop and I put meaning in my music. Like, I break down the art of hip-hop. I break down the history of hip-hop. I care about this shit. It's not a joke. So when they look back, a lot of your favorite artists are not going to be a part of that conversation. The music is going to die with them. You know what I'm saying? So, the saga, the Heir's Ascension, with those albums I named, is basically about how me as Pressy during this time, when I started it, it's not like oh, I had to go to this person to get it. I got this feature. I gotta talk to this label. I gotta talk to this A&R. I gotta talk to this guy in the industry. I gotta talk to this guy in the industry. No. You know what I'm saying? That's not what it's about. The Heir's Ascension basically means I'm born to rap. I'm Pressy. I'm really a rapper. They call me rapper. And my mom called me rapper sometimes, you know what I'm saying? She's from Africa. We're from Africa. We're from Nigeria and Ghana. They call me rapper. If I go back home, they'll be like, oh, okay, rapper. They call me star in Africa. I was born for this shit. You know what I'm saying? My dad was an artist. You know what I'm saying? The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. You know what I'm saying? It's deep. So I'm not here to play. Like, I'm not here to play games with you. I remember this guy said it. I think it was a reggae artist. He's like, music is a spiritual thing. So if you play with music, you're gonna die young. So you're not gonna have a legacy. All that work you did was for nothing. That's what they don't understand. Oh, I got the money, let's spend the bag. It's for nothing. You're spending money for nothing. There's no meaning behind what you did. That's classic. That's timeless. You know what I'm saying? I take this shit seriously, bro. I've been rapping since I was 10. I wrote my first rap when I was 10. I sang it in front of my class. You know what I'm saying? The Heir's Ascension means because during a certain period of time before I actually could put music out that's quality enough, that has quantity, was, you know, I was with my friends and we're freestyling and we're rapping, we're talking about rap, we're sharing albums, you know what I'm saying? We're talking music, we're talking hip hop, we'll do like battle rap sometimes. And, you know, I couldn't afford, like my friend, he had a mic, he was getting a setup, I believe he had a setup. I had one friend that had a mic setup, and you know, I was supposed to, you know, contribute to that, but I had one friend that had a mic setup, then I had another friend that bought a cheaper mic or whatever. I believe he did. Yeah, it was a cheaper mic. So he started rapping. And I used to go to their houses and freestyle. We would even do like battle raps, right? But I wasn't able, I was writing raps, I was writing my rhymes, but I couldn't record them because I didn't have the money for it. You know, I tried to tell my mom, yo, I'm like 14, 15, 16. I'm like, yo, mom, I want to rap. Can you send me like 3 bills or 5 bills to you know, 300, 500 to pay for some music equipment? You know, I didn't want to go too expensive, but I just wanted a nice mic. You know what I'm saying? And I had the computer, and you know, I couldn't. My mom would say no, so I had to like save up lunch money for a period of time. I had to save up lunch money. I had any money I could get, I had to save that shit up. You feel me? So eventually I earned like I would record, but I would record on my phone. I would record melodies on my phone, or you know, melodies. I would record my lyrics. You feel me? I'll record on my, back then I was recording on my BlackBerry Playbook. So I'll do that too. I was doing a lot of, you know, in the laboratory music, in the dungeon, as a king of this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the dungeon. I'm like trying to make sure I get a mic, but I gotta still write my raps and sharpen my skills. You know what I'm saying? I was becoming a rapper. I pretty much figured out my sound at some point. Like I would listen to everyone's records and figure out my own sound. But yeah, that's what I was doing. So, you know, eventually once I moved out the crib, or when I went to university, I managed to get some bread. I got some bread from my OSAP. So I was able to use that OSAP money to put into buying a mic, a USB mic. So that's when I started recording, when I was like 19. I recorded in my garage and shit. The whole block's hearing me, but I didn't care. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make it. You know what I'm saying? And you know, the moment I wanted to rap and become a rapper, that was God saying, yes, Presley, you're him. Heir Ascension. It was about me. God's waiting for me. So it's about me knocking on the door and God providing me with the prize I already have. You feel me? So, you know, eventually I got the bread, and you know, I got the music equipment. You know what I'm saying? Just a drink of some water. So, you know, 19, recording now. Whole block's hearing me. Then I moved then I would record in the crib too, record in my basement. So I was recording in my basement and I was recording in my garage. You feel me? You know, so it was the Heir's Ascension because all I needed to do was just to get the mic. I had the raps done. All I had to do was get the mic. So it's like, once I got the mic, boom, I'm the king of this shit. I run this shit. It's mine now. Because I'm thinking about it from legacy standpoint. I'm thinking like in 300-500 years, how will my music be put together or be recognized? Yo, he's a great artist during that. He's one of the greatest artists during this times, during this century. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. Because when you're like, I can go, sure, I can blow up, go in the industry, but I'm gonna go independent. Obviously, I'm not signing to no label, because nowadays to sign to a label is pretty stupid. It's best to do it yourself. But I'm doing it myself. But I'm doing it also not for this time. I'm doing it not for just this time. I'm doing it for legacy. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing it for legendary status. You see Will Smith, I am legend. I'm doing it for the legacy. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I view it. So I'm not gonna go like, there's so many things. They're gonna dig up the fossils and they're gonna see I was one of those dinosaurs. I was a T-Rex. That's what I'm going for. I'm going T-Rex level. You know what I'm saying? I'm going T-Rex level. I'm not going Raptor level. I'm from Toronto. We're Raptors. I rate it. Trust me, I do. You feel me? But I want to be known as the greatest Toronto rapper. So I'm gonna go even bigger than a rapper. I'm gonna say T-Rex. I am the king of this shit. I just had to ascend into my throne. Like a prince is already king. He's already king. He just has to get started. So that's all I had to do. I had to get started. So I'm setting the bar so high that things I'm gonna do with this music is crazy. So that's why it's called the Heir's Ascension. This is the first saga. And follow my music and I'm gonna break it down on all the sagas. And you guys are gonna feel me. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing shit, different shit. I have the evidence because I have the meaningful hip hop. I have the record. You feel me? I'm trying to be like a Michael Jackson. He has meaning in his music that you can also dance to. I'm trying to create a blend of real shit, like meaningful shit, substance, with also that you can really dance to this music and be inspired while doing it. You know what I'm saying? So the Heir's Ascension is that. I'm already king. I just gotta keep putting in the work as evidence, as proof, and it's solidified. It's there, and that's what it's gonna be. You feel me? So that's what that saga means. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you all. It's been fun. This is another TV episode 9. We're going up. We're making videos on videos on videos. And this is meaningful shit. This isn't filler shit. This isn't bubblegum shit. This is some real solidification. This is some concrete, foundational shit. I'm not playing games with these guys. I'm the best. So, peace, people. Peace.